Hey, good morning. Hey, dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. And dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Hey, and so I thank you. I trust you. Yeah, we show you gratitude. No one above you. We love you. Yeah, and everything you do. Hey, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, good morning. We feeling good in the morning. Hey, good morning. Joy comes in the morning. Hey, when we wake up in the morning, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, what's up, Soul Tribe? Hey, happy Sunday. Hey, hey, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, yeah, joy comes in the morning. Hey, hey, all praise to the Most High. Hey, when we wake up in the morning, hey, joy comes in the morning. Hey, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, and dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. What's up, David? Good morning. And dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Hey, hey. And so we thank you. We trust you. Yeah, we show you gratitude. Yahweh. Hey, no one above you. We love you and everything you do. Hey, we giving praise in the morning. Hey, hey, go. Hey, I hope you guys are feeling good this morning. Of course, we got a message for you guys. We just clearing out the energy. Hey, clearing out the energy. Hey, hey, yeah. We be clearing out the energy. Hey, clearing out the energy. Hey. Okay. Oh, thank you, David. David said he loves the music.
Good looking.
Thanks, David.
Good morning, Grand Rising. We got big streaks in the sky.
Yeah. I don't know. This looks like a rib cage up here. Look right here.
This right here looks like it looks like some type of aircraft went through the sky and left streaks.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Doesn't look like a plane necessarily.
That's big.
They real big streaks. Big two of them. It looked like a Wolverine claw in the sky almost.
Okay.
What's going on, tribe?
Hey, y'all.
Sunday morning, happy Sunday. We up.
Sunday.
All praise to the Most High energy of Christ this morning.
Hello.
You know, I'm feeling real Jesus Christy this morning.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm feeling like Jesus Christ of Nazareth this morning.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I feel real good in my spirit this morning. And if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. Keep them prayers tight. You gotta keep going. God is by your side. You gotta keep going. No more sleepless nights. Hey, you gotta keep going. You gon' win this prize. You gotta keep going. Move with all your might.
Hold up. I got fed up.
Hey, hey. The devil had me messed up. Hey, hey. My ancestors had to step up. Hey, hey. Now God got me blessed up. Hey, now God got me blessed up. Hey, I was fed up. Hey, the devil had me messed up. What's up, Ashley? Hey, the devil had me messed up. The devil had me messed up. Hey, but now we blessed up. Hey, it's a whole lot of blessings.
Hey.
Hey, hey. A whole lot of blessings. What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are doing well this morning, in positive energy and attracting the life you desire like a magnet, because it's your birthright, okay? We're coming through with another live reading for you guys, okay? If you are new here, welcome, welcome, okay? If you are on YouTube, we ask that you hit the thumbs up, okay, so that you don't forget, so that you get notifications when we are live if you enjoy this video. And if you are over here, then we ask that you hit the hearts, right? And make sure you guys join the page, right? If you like videos like this so you can get more. All praise to the Most High God and ashe to the ancestors. I feel too good this morning, to be honest with you guys. I feel so good. I've been finding myself, I've been noticing probably about the last maybe month or two, I am waking up out of my sleep in prayer. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but I feel the need to pray, like in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning. Like I'm just waking up and I'm showing gratitude. And, you know, I just feel like there's something happening, something brewing in the background. You could be feeling this too. Okay.
Okay, get on up.
Wake up.
Spirit gets you up early in the morning.
Wake up.
Get up, you know. I used to get them 3 a.m. wake-ups. Whereas though I wake up 3 a.m., I used to fight it. Now I get up, roll over.
It's not even necessarily that I'm getting up.
Oh, not getting up?
No, I'm not getting up. I'm just like, I wake up and then I'm like, I need to pray. And I'm praying and then I go back to sleep. I don't know, it's weird.
If you're going through that, you know, get up and pray.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can tell you I do.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get all the way up, maybe like roll over and make a prayer on your knees. Or be still on your bed and make a prayer.
Yeah, I was figuring someone was probably doing something in the background, some kind of attacks or something, and I can feel them. So because I can feel them, I'm waking up to protect myself and my family.
Hey, yo, wait a minute. I'm looking at my download, right? And I really didn't. These downloads, I write them. These are written like days in advance in time, right? I just go where Spirit moves me. Now listen to my download this morning, though. You may be feeling yourself being forced by yourself to awaken, right?
Oh, wow.
Limited beliefs are working from within you to keep you asleep. Elevating your conscience does not mean letting go of your faith. In fact, grip harder to your faith.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing for the download. That's on point, ski, right? So the download says you may be feeling yourself being forced by yourself to awaken. So what could be happening inside the collective is it's a force deep inside of you. It's you. There's nothing else. It's you. But it's you forcing yourself to awaken to new ideas, to new possibilities. It's like what you're dealing with is not enough. You're starting to realize as you look around in life that you asleep in regards to a lot of things. You were not fully awakened. Sleep. Spent probably a large part of your life in a sleep state. Well, now you're being forced to awaken by you, not by something outside of you. It's you doing it. Um, Spirit is saying, don't let go of your faith, and don't forget where your strength comes from. And your quest to awaken, like you're thirsty for knowledge. I understand. You want to read. I understand. You might be feeling your gifts kicking in. I understand. But God says, don't let go of your faith. Grip harder to your faith. Increase your understanding of what you have right now before you. What were you raised in? The God you was taught, whatever you was raised in, whatever faith you have, maybe increase it right now. Increase your belief in it. Then the second download, ancestral Mother Gaia, could be significant. Mother Gaia is connected to the pulse of this earth, right? It doesn't matter the religion you in. It doesn't matter what you believe in. The force of Mother Gaia could easily be identified as Mother Nature herself. But Mother Gaia is significant. So it could be a need for you to get close to Mother Gaia. She's found out in nature. When you go out and you ground yourself, and you raising your hands to acknowledge the presence of the universe, that's giving reverence to Mother Gaia. So somebody you might need to go out there and just sit down with Mother Gaia. Find yourself a nice spot in nature or some water. Any of the elements to do. Find yourself a nice elemental place, right? And get close to the ancestral mother. She's the ancestral mother, meaning she's related to every race, creed, and religion known to man. Mother Gaia. Everybody might not know her, but you know who everybody refers to her as Mother Nature.
Mother Earth.
Mother Earth. It's Mother Gaia. Okay. Third download, and this is specific in reference to the grandmothers, here or not, and the importance. I feel like Spirit wants us to focus on the importance of honoring the grandmothers. Again, whether they here or whether they not. It took a Moabite woman named Ruth to show God's chosen people their folly and restore the energy of obedience. And also, without Ruth, David has no great grandmother. So without Ruth, there is no David. So I say that to say, without your grandmother, there is no you. So whether she's here or whether she's in the Yamas, might be a good time to honor your mother, your grandmother, right? That's where the wisdom of the family rests at, with the grandmother. Go sit down and have a conversation with her. I'm hearing Spirit say, take your children to the grandmother. If she's here, if she's around, maybe she could be in a nursing home. Maybe she could be in some sort of facility. Maybe she could be home. Maybe she's not here. Pull her picture out. Show her to them. It'd be wise to take the kids to the grandmothers and let the grandmothers give the children what they have for the children. That's how wisdom is passed down. Let them conversate with them. I feel like we live in a day right now where a lot of us, me myself inclusive, right? Do we take the kids to the grandmothers? If we have grandmothers, if we have grandchildren, do we see them? We live in a day where that connection is kind of drifting. So I feel Spirit says, let's strengthen the connection and the bond between the grandmothers and the family. Let's begin to honor them and put wisdom back into the family. Okay. Number 4, Spirit can be urging you to shift the way you eat. Temper yourself. Drastic dietary changes can be hard on the body and hard to maintain. Okay. So Spirit is saying, for those of you who are being called to change the way you eat, and you feel like spirit is really urging you, right? Do it, do it in moderation. Like drastic food, when you change your diet drastically, it impacts the body hard, right? It could be positive, it could be negative. But I feel like if you ease into it, you give the body a chance to adjust. So for those of you who've been called into drastic changes in regards to the way you eat, Spirit says do it gradually, right? Because if you do it drastic, it can cause you it can cause a lot of different things when you change in the way you eat. If you do it wrong, right? You might cut out something that your body needs. You might be diabetic, right? It might require you to be a little easier on yourself. Like in other words, try not to focus on what everybody else is doing so much as focusing on what suits you, right? Because you may not need to be eating a whole bunch of berries, right? That may not be for you, right? It may be something else that you might need to do. So pay attention to what your body is saying. Okay. And last but not least, in order for you to get where you want to be at, Spirit says you have to learn how to tap into quantum energy. There are many realities existing at once. Many realities. So this is quantum energy. Uh, the version of you that you want to be or want to become, that exists. The version of you that you do not want to become, that exists as well. So when you tapping into the quantum energies, make it purposeful, right? Don't and just remember there are many realities existing at once. I don't want to encourage anybody to do anything that they're not ready to do. But what I will say is just remember there are many realities existing at once, and each one of them is trying to be the reality that you exist in. So the worst version of yourself is a scenario existing with that version of you in it. So you don't want that version of you to become your reality that you live out in this human existence, right? You want the version of you that is successful. You want the version of you that's healthy. You want the version of you that's the strongest version of you. Well, that version of you exists as well. So when you tapping into quantum energy, you pushing towards that version of you, and that version of you is pushing back towards you, and then boom, you begin to meet and mesh. It's quantum physics. It's called a timeline shift. All right. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Like I said, when you tapping into quantum energy, try to remain positive. Like try not to tap back into because that version of you that you don't want to be is definitely you can become that version of you if you choose to tap in that way.
Okay, good stuff. I just had something real quick. So we can be in our physical bodies. However, we could be outside of our physical body at the same time on a spiritual experience. Somebody's like, "What? What is she talking about?"
Mhm.
Well, I was going back over the book of Enoch, and I thought it was very important how you'll remember that Enoch he was given lessons strictly he was given lessons from the angel Uriel, right? And he would be here in his physical body, but he would be spiritually gone, and he was able to see what was going on in different realms and things like that. So I think it's very important for you guys to remember that a lot of us, I spoke about this last year. We've been getting a lot of divine lessons from, spiritual beings, spiritual presences. A lot of these things that have been brought to us, a lot of the knowledge, how you be like, well, I don't even know how I know this. Like your Akashic records, right, have been kicking in because there is a spiritual force behind the scenes that is here to assist and guide us. So don't forget that, you can be in your physical body, right? But outside of your physical body, having a spiritual experience to see, a lot of us are given visions Because I'm seeing someone right now, and you are literally a visionary. I'm not sure if I'm seeing someone that it even brings tears to your eyes. You know, when God gives you visions about the world, you know, something about that. There could be someone, and you could literally, you know, God could literally show you how, you know, humanity has just fallen apart, how things are crumbling, you know, how if we don't get it together, things will be worse, you know. Like there's someone in your visions about this is so deep and is scary almost, like, you know, to the point where I see like a teardrop, you know. Like I don't know, I feel like you're crying out for people to just be able to understand that, you know, God has given you these visions. So I definitely feel the energy here, and it does not go unnoticed. So just remember that, you know, some of these things that you're learning, some of these things that you're being drawn to, you know, some of the people you're encountering, God is setting us up so that we are successful. Okay, so that we have the right people that we need around us, so that we have the right material, whatever we need, we're being set up to have this. And just remember that, you know, you could be going through spiritual experiences in your human body, but outside of your human body. Pay attention to what's going on, you know, with you, around you, for you, you know, because I feel like God's moving a lot of things around for us right now too. Things are shuffling, and I believe that's a part of why I'm like waking up in the middle of the night. I'm like, in, you know, I'm waking up and I'm like, God, have I been praying enough? You know, have I been doing enough? I've been getting like that kind of energy, and I know it's because there's a shift in change going on behind the scenes. So you know, you know what I always like to say: be ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know, if you are this person, because there's someone in the energy having these visions and dreams. If this is you, you know, get a book, start writing these things down. It's very important information, and know that you are not alone in these experiences.
I also want to say something because I feel like a spirit of trepidation, right? And it's around. So I'm going to address it to the ones that's connected to our network, you know, our soul tribe, or the people that's just coming through. Over here, we encourage a healthy mind and we encourage a sound mind, right? When you're dealing with spiritual things, um, you gotta pull yourself away from certain substances. You
Hmm.
know, it begins to affect the way that you perceive spirit.
Delusion.
You begin to become delusional, right? When you people who abuse substances, right? Um, First of all, you have to clean yourself up in order to operate in your optimal self. You can't operate in your higher self and you vibrating on a low frequency.
Hmm.
Intoxication is a very low frequency, right? That's not judging nobody because we don't judge over here. But when you come and you want to operate and move in spirit, you got to clean your mind up, or you're going to be moving in low vibrational energies, and that's not going to sit well with the collective, especially over here. Like, if you're a person like, I kind of feel it like, you know, if you're intoxicated, you got to give yourself some time to clean up, to clear out. You're not hearing from the spirits that you think you're hearing from. You're borderline running with the demonic.
Actually, it's the spirit of Al Cool.
Yeah, even the Alkuls, which is a very dangerous spirit to be playing with. The Alkul consumes men.
Hmm.
The Alkuls, right?
Hmm.
They will consume
Okay.
that spirit.
Okay.
One time, High Priestess read an insert, and she came and told me, she was like, "Look at what it says about the Alkuls. The Alkuls, it says, man thinks he consumed the alcohol, the Alkul, but the Alkul eat the man from inside, right?
Hmm.
So like." When you're dealing with the spirit of the Alkul, which a lot of people are, before you start speaking out, before you start going further, get yourself balanced, right? And when you're dealing with psychedelic energies, right, or you dealing with just certain specific energies, clean yourself up because these things they have you forlorn into a realm of spirit where you might think that you might be thinking that you, but
To be down a rabbit hole.
You be with the demon. If you don't clean yourself up and
Mm-hmm.
balance yourself when you in this energy, when you doing this work, particularly for my ones that do this work, when you do this work, you can't take all that stuff with you because you're going to be putting it back into other people. You understand? If you put things inside of your body, when you minister to people, those things you're going to minister those things into them too. Next thing you know, people having problems that you have because you didn't balance them out before. I'm not saying you can't do this work and you could do whatever you want, but you gotta put yourself in a position to be effective. And if you intoxicated, that's counterproductive. If you over here on leaving comments and you intoxicated, it's counterproductive. You know, if you know you intoxicated, be still, be silent. Don't move around a lot in the room. If you know you're intoxicated, get something that helps balance you out. But don't be in a place of spirit intoxicated thinking you got authority. You don't have no authority. Not when you're in a low vibration. You gotta let that thing. You gotta sober your mind out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said it for me. Sober mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have a sober mind so that you can have clarity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. You can be going through these experiences. Okay. And then I don't know. I read this the other day, but Spirit says read it again because maybe you weren't here and someone needs to hear this. Waiting on the right condition is just another delay tactic.
Hmm.
Okay. So someone's like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have enough money. I can't do this because I don't have the right outfit. I can't do this because, uh, waiting on the right condition is just another delay tactic. So if you really want something, you got to go get it,
That's
like,
right.
regardless. I remember a time where, I wanted a specific job and, I didn't have the right clothes. Well, I made it work, right? I did the best that I could and I was able to score the job because guess what? I made what I had work, and guess what? God works for me. So there's a lot of us, we get into the energy of feeling like, we have to wait on the condition to be right for things to change. However, that's just a delay tactic. That's procrastination. That's when we let the spirit of procrastination in and it wins. Okay. Also, the other day I was watching Tank Davis. No, you're not coming on. No, what you want to talk about? Y'all be doing it. Y'all be trying to co-host and talk about what? Nothing. 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 Like, what are you doing that for? You won't want to talk about nothing. So stop, okay? But anyway, discipline feels like punishment until success hits. You know, so you could be in the energy like me. Discipline. I'm not gonna lie. These last probably maybe 2 to 3 weeks have been very hard for me in my discipline, and I've been very obedient. Like, and for the most part, I've been very obedient. But my
Yes, sir.
my discipline, I noticed that I could be more disciplined. So this could be something you could be needing to work on as well. But of course, in order to fix something, the first step is to address it, right? So I'm so open and willing to address the fact that yes, I need to get myself together as far as discipline, and you could be the same way. So that's the energy.
Okay, we three card spread with the Akashic Oracle deck this morning. I was strolling through yesterday, and this kind of made me laugh. I seen a person. I guess they was doing some work. They were doing spiritual work actually, and they were pulling oracle cards, right? And they were like, get off of my line if you looking for a tarot reader. We don't deal with tarot readers. If you pull oracle cards, you're tarot reading. I just want to let
Same
somebody
energy.
know that, like,
Somebody
it's the
don't know.
same old energy, like, and as far as like, I just want to be clear about it. Like, uh, the Bible is a book that forbids divination, but it also permits divination. Divination is permitted in the Bible. Every prophet, in some form, in some shape, form, or fashion, they tapped in by way of divination. Every prophet, even Jesus himself. But the decree was laid down to forbid divination because of what's happening today. Because everybody picks it up and everybody jumps in and has cards in their hand. And everybody's not authorized. So back in the day, because you got to realize when religion first started, divination was a part of religion. It wasn't forbidden. It became forbidden because people misused it, like now today.
Yeah, like all of the hidden knowledge, like when the angels were giving out, when they were giving out the knowledge to the humans, and they started mating with humans and things like that. It wasn't the knowledge that was the problem; it was the way they were
It
using
was the
it.
misapplication of the
Right, like
knowledge.
when we learned how to make swords and different things, we started unaliving each other. Right.
It just
So.
it's told in every corner of the earth. The same story. You know, you speak of humans that got knowledge from celestial beings, whether they be the Anunnaki, the Orisha, whether they be whatever it be. Right? You have these stories in the play, and like she said, when we were given this knowledge, in Christianity, is the Book of Enoch. It refers to the Watchers who gave knowledge to humans. They would be like the Orisha, right? It would be the same type of energy. And this knowledge it was given, it the knowledge became forbidden because of the way they applied the knowledge. The knowledge was fruitful in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Men learn how to harvest, men learn how to build. It's the same thing that goes on now. You remember when Tesla went to India? What did he go to India for? To get knowledge from the celestial. Remember he came back. Thank you for the wind breeze confirmation. Yeah, people still to this day, every bit of knowledge that we have is given by the celestial. Whether it comes like she was saying, no, men don't communicate with the celestial and leave their body. They stay in the body. The soul and the mind that leaves, it gets information, it comes back, they're able to enact it. That's why you got flying cars and all of this, because the technology is being released by the celestial ones. So let's not get it misconstrued. Like if you authorize to practice divination, then practice divination. If you're not authorized, don't practice divination. Because if you read tarot or oracle, they are both divination. That's divination. So you have if you're not authorized to do it, like some of the Joseph was authorized to do it, Daniel was authorized to do it, Jesus was authorized to do it. Divination. Laban was authorized to do it. High priestess Anna was authorized to do it. It was a bunch of people in the Bible that was authorized to perform divination. But the decree, it was forbidden for those who were not authorized. It's still the same way today. Nothing different. Some of your pastors practice divination. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Okay, so we have innovation, make a change, and follow. So I feel like Spirit is wanting you to follow up, like whatever direction you in, you moving in, the moves that you're making, very innovative. So somebody you have an innovative craft with you. You know, maybe you a songwriter, maybe you a seamstress. You could be a poet. Right? You could just be a motivational speaker. You could be a prophet, star seed, light worker, many different things you could be. But you're a person that have a certain amount of innovation in your energy. That's the ability to co-create with the divine. To, innovative ideas, they oftentimes come from the celestial. So you could be tapping in with the celestial, right? And it's helping you to make a change. So I feel that's good for you. Now, in this energy where you tapping in, innovative, and making a change, continue to follow that path. And follow up. Follow up on your moves. Follow up on what you're doing. The people that you connect with, are you reaching back out to them after you connect with them? Do so.
got the Six of Cups over here, the attract and worth the effort. So I don't know. You could have ran into like a childhood friend recently, okay? A high school sweetheart, something like that. There could be someone from your past that's showing back up. This could even be like, there could be someone literally, like you could be going down memory lane about a past relationship. You guys could be like really trying to even work something out here, which is, strange for me to say because I'm all about moving forward. But I don't know. This feels like good energy. It says the appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. I don't know. You guys could have just been in two different timelines at the time, and now things are just like where it could work for you. And it says worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead you to rewarding discoveries. I don't know. Like I feel like there's something very attractive here, or you could have just ran into someone that you know from your past and they could have showed up very attractive. They could be looking good, it could have been a person that maybe they weren't they weren't very popular in school, but now they are popping. Whatever it is, I see attraction here. The Six of Cups is like, childhood memories. It's very refreshing. It's open. It's innocent energy. This could even be someone literally you could have ran into the person that like took your virginity or something like that. Is what I'm seeing. I don't know, but whatever you're doing, it's worth the effort. You're attracting things to you because you're looking deeper. Like I don't know. I feel like at one point you know how we look at the surface of things and superficiality, and now I feel like you could be putting in effort, right, for long lasting things. Okay. I don't know. There's something about a good memory here. Okay. You could be thinking like I'm seeing someone you're going down like memory lane or something. Maybe you could even be thinking about when you were innocent as a child. There could be someone and you could be thinking about some things that happened to you as a child. You could be wondering why. I'm even seeing someone like, literally, I don't know if you're doing shadow work or I don't know if you're a person that's in the beginning of your healing stages because I think we have some new people that are here with us. But there's someone, and you could literally be sitting here and, this might be a trigger warning, but you could be sitting here really wondering why someone was attracted to you as a child, like someone that should not have been attracted to you. Okay. You could be thinking like, I don't know. You could be really trying to figure out the mind of some sick people, You could be really going back down memory lane and thinking about how people were coaching you and grooming you and things like that. Something about that. Okay.
Could be in relation to your own sickness.
Right. Something like that. Okay. But I feel like right now you're open to change. Okay. I feel like, this is a good energy here. I feel like this is the energy of love and protection. You could have had a lot of shortcomings in life, but I feel like, it's worth the effort that you've been putting in. You're attracting a lot of things to you because you decided to heal. When you decide to heal, you know, um, healthy things become attracted to you. And that's just how it goes. When you decide to heal yourself, healthy relationships become attracted to you. You start wanting to take better care of yourself, things like that. So I don't know, worth the effort is here. Okay.
Yeah, I like that read. I really I like when things like that hit the table because it forces us to understand that we all have sicknesses, and sometimes we really got to go back and tap into where it started at. A lot of it starts with family. So if you're doing that past life regression type of work, definitely be strong and be balanced. And please, for the sake of your own self, don't tap back into your past unless your mind is balanced and you're steady. Because going back into your past unbalanced, it can lead to further trauma. You got to fortify yourself when you start going back down memory lane. You got to make sure you're strong enough to do that, right? Okay, so we have forgiveness out here, cycle, and balance. And I feel like somebody, you in a cycle right now. And I feel like God is trying to encourage you to forgive so that you can bring balance and perhaps end this thing.
I just heard, God is trying to tell me something. God is trying to tell me something. Right
God
now.
is trying to tell you
Right
something.
now.
God is trying to tell you something. That's
Color purple.
color purple,
Color purple
Suge
could,
Avery,
okay?
right?
Color purple could definitely be significant here.
And forgiveness. This is big, right? I feel like if this was tarot, forgiveness would be a major arcana, right? Because you in a cycle with somebody, and maybe you don't understand that your cycle can be over. You can be on to something new if you just learn how to forgive. But because you don't forgive, you could be trapped in a cycle. You could be off balance, and you might not even see it. Because a lack of forgiveness, it can lead to self-sabotage. You know how you on the verge of getting your move done, going to the next level, and all of a sudden you start doing things that you have no control over, arguing with people, taking yourself out of position, all of this, right? A lack of forgiveness. Maybe you need to go back and learn how to forgive yourself for your past failures, so that you won't keep repeating them. Now you get to that point where you feel like you're about to fail. Well, you might only be going through that because it's a repetitive cycle where you continuously get to this place where you build it up, and then you get to a place where you tear it down with your own hand, right?
Build and destroy.
Lack of discipline. Or it could be somebody's face you holding on to. What do I mean by somebody's face you holding on to? You know how in life we have those people that we blame for everything that's going wrong with us because they done us wrong. We be like, yeah, it's that person's fault. Well, I can't get where I'm going. They done me wrong back in '88, and I can't get right ever since then. They done me wrong back in '95. I can't. They done me wrong back in 2012, and I can't get it right. They done me wrong back in 2020, and I'm stuck back there. Well, Spurs says you got to go back to that place and forgive them so that you can move forward.
That's real.
Or you're going to be stuck right there in the same energy. It's repetitive. Balance is what you're seeking, and balance is what you're finding. But you got to be willing to put forth forgiveness in order to obtain balance and end this cycle. Somebody like a kangaroo jumping around in the same cycle, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Lay out some forgiveness. Help yourself advance.
All right, we got the Nine of Swords over here. So I don't know. Someone's going through some kind of like mental trials, torture. I don't know. Something. Someone could feel trapped here. Gemini energy. Jupiter showing up. Air energy. But I feel like I don't know if someone's gone through a lot of intense situations that cause some scrutiny here. But I feel like, this is like where you're in a difficult situation, but it's time to get out of it. It's time to like pull yourself free, like that kind of energy. And then we have synchronicity. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchrony. Okay. So I feel like, it's very important to understand right now, it's a tricky energy out here, is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. That's why whoever is having the same issues that I'm having, you're waking up in the middle of the night, you're having to pray, you're just feeling like things are interrupting your sleep, and, all of these things. There is an energy here, and Spirit is just saying that, we need to move on from it. There's something that's trying to keep you like bound, trapped, stuck. And I don't know, we got sky of clarity here. It says, soar into the boundless sky of clarity where insight are as infinite as the expanses. So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you could be going through like a upgrade, okay? You could be getting like DNA upgrades in your sleep is what I'm hearing, something like that. You could be a person where you're getting divine revelations in your sleep. You could be a person that is suffering from a lack of sleep due to the spiritual warfare that's happening right now, because it's crazy out here, in these spiritual streets. There's a lot of energy moving around, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different things happening. I was listening to something yesterday I read something, and it was speaking about how, 8 people transitioned. Well, 8 people were in a freak accident at Lake Tahoe, and one of them happened to be like the CEO DoorDash, right? And I thought it was so crazy because I know that something is changing, right? An entity is a corporation, right? And there are a lot of big entities that have not been doing people right. Like for me, I'm gonna give you an example. We've worked for DoorDash before, right? And they were not fair with us in one instance. Now we did a lot of good work for them, but there was an instance. Everything is good until it's not. So there was an instance where there was an unfair situation, right? And I noticed that these big corporations, they do things and they get away with them for years. Well, these things are falling down, and you're going to be seeing things happening to people, to their families, to their businesses, things that are not of divinity, things that are robbing and stealing and enslaving people. These things will begin to come trickling down, and I feel like that's what's happening. you know uh Sky of clarity, as above so below. The things that have been hidden for so long, the things that have been entities and people who have been doing things in the background and thinking they're getting away with things, you're going to start seeing things falling apart right in front of us. You know how it's kind of like the energy of God will have you sit at a table in front of your enemy, and that's what's happening. We're sitting here watching as people and things fall apart, that were built on illusions, that were built on, being false, that were built on, intimidation, that were built on, things not being fair and just. These things are coming down. Okay. This could be very clear for you right now as well. So don't allow yourself to be trapped in this energy. Okay. Just keep praying. Know that something is happening in the background, which is why you could feel this kind of uneased energy, because that's what it is. You could be feeling like you're trapped because of the things you're seeing, the things you're feeling, but it's not that. It's that, things are coming down.
You know, this reading right here kind of backs that up wholeheartedly, because you have patience, detach, and pause, right? Now, with the patience and detach, I feel like maybe it's something that you spent a lot of time going back and forth in your mind about. Maybe you've been with a certain person, place, or thing, and you spent some time with this thing, showed a lot of patience, and this may not resonate with everyone, but for whoever I'm talking to, if you know you've been in a situation where you've been patient with a thing and it's not changing, maybe you've already offered forgiveness, maybe you've already, the spirit is saying now you have to learn how to detach from it, right? Detach and pause. I like detach and pause. You know why? Because it's basically saying detach and then see how things happen. Detach from whatever it is that's got you maybe stagnant, got you held back, slowing you up. Detach from it and then pause and see what happens. See what's going on around you. See how life can effectively change once you separate yourself from a thing that's holding you back. Detach and pause and see. It's going to be a difference, right? Especially when you dealing with things in life and you know you've been patient. You know uh, you've been fair. You've given all you have, quite possibly. You really don't have anything else to give, right? So when you get to that point, you got to detach. Because if you giving something, thank you, Spirit. If I'm giving something and I done gave all I have and there's nothing left to give, if I don't detach from it, what you think I'm gonna be giving next? Quite possibly my life. Think about it. If I'm giving into something that's not giving me back and it's drained me of everything I got to the point where I don't have anything else to give, if I don't detach from it at that point,
You become a sacrifice.
Sacrifice, 101 energy. So detach from it, whatever it is, and pause. Take a look at your world around you. Give yourself time to feel the change occur.
Okay. Now what I got over here is deep. Okay. So I don't know if there is someone and you're in like some kind of soul connection. You're in like your divine partnership. You have your kingdom spouse, whatever it is. This is deep over here. We got deep, the two of cups, and the desert of isolation. So I don't know if spirit has you and your partner kind of like dipped off, where you guys are just kind of like, isolated from people or whatever it is. But, I feel like there's a lot of love here. You guys are building something that is like long lasting here. I see two people in a very deep commitment here. And I see God in the middle of it, so that's very powerful. So if you don't have your partner already, this could be something that you definitely are manifesting, a relationship that has God right dab smack in the middle of it. And it says deep. Okay, deep. So it says, look deeply within and discover your soul purpose in relationships. You could be with someone that's teaching you, your role in relationships. Maybe you thought your role was one thing, but it's something different. Maybe you thought you were a certain way, but you're different, right? Something about that. And then we have desert of isolation. Traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I feel like this is a deep connection, but it takes a lot of work. Okay, spirit could literally have two people like on a journey together, but it's like, it could seem like you guys are ducked off, or it could seem like you guys are kind of isolated. But I don't know, whatever it is, Cancer energy out here with Venus. Number two is all about balance and things being equal, fair, and just, right? Like that kind of energy. So I feel like, this is a very fair relationship. This is something that is just, it's like your divine justice is what I'm picking up. This could even be with a business partner as well. If you guys are not manifesting like, love, this could be someone where, you finally found the right business partner, the partner that doesn't want to rip you off, the partner that wants to be equal and fair, the partner that wants to do the right amount of work, right? Something about that. This is a very deep connection here. This connection can even be uncomfortable because a deep connection like this is going to rub you in places that you don't want to be rubbed, right? This is the connection where you want to hide those little flaws about yourself, but this person can see so deeply into you that nothing can be hidden, right? So you even have to be okay with your flaws. Like that's how deep this is. It's like a very deep connection, and I love it. It's a mutual loving relationship. And so this is great energy. Embrace this. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of energy that wants to get in the middle of this, but God is already in the middle. So as long as you keep God in the middle, nothing else can get in there, between there. Right? Something about your prayers. You guys could be praying together, or you could need to pray together. Something about your divine prayers together, your connection. They say when two or more gather, that's church, right? So I don't know if you guys have some kind of praying routine, or you need to gather one again, but it's something about this deep love. I don't know, I feel like it's a part of God's journey, a part of the divine plan. Something about your love allows you to complete the mission here. So if you're in a divine relationship, respect that, honor that, and know that God is in the middle of it.
Yes. Again, you have loyalty to the observation, dog to the owl. So definitely, if you are a person, I feel like Spirit wants you to observe loyalty. The observation of loyalty is what I'm feeling, right? Pay attention to those things around you that are loyal to you. Somebody could have a dog that's very loyal,
I just seen
actually.
a black dog with
You
white
could
on him.
definitely have a dog that's very, very loyal, right? And that's good. Had a few in my life. But you actually can have a partner that's loyal. You can have people that's loyal. The same way you can have people that's disloyal. See, the observation of loyalty is being called for from you. I feel Spirit is calling somebody right now on this day to look at your life and weed out what's loyal to you and what's disloyal to you. Because therein could lie your biggest problem. You know how we keep people around and they disloyal, but then we excommunicate people and they are loyal. Yeah, because sometimes we don't take the time to wake up and balance our universe out. We get up and we move in emotions. Sometimes we think this person is against us and we move to the whole time. That's the loyal one. That's why a true observation is needed right now in this energy. Somebody you can have the two confused. You could really be about to run with the snakes and the rats, right? If you don't be careful. Because sometimes the devil will have the loyal people looking like they disloyal. And he'll have the disloyal people looking like they loyal. And depending upon how we conducting ourselves, we'll fall right into it, right? Think about it. I'm about to make it real. You know when you're around a bunch of disloyal people, I'm willing to bet if you spend a lot of time in low vibrational energy, doing low vibrational things, it's a good chance that you're doing them with people who are disloyal to you. Because who's loyal in them when everything is low vibrational? Who's loyal? Everything is low vibrational, and loyalty is not a high vibration. I mean, loyalty is not a low vibration. So if I'm doing a bunch of low vibrational things with a bunch of low vibrational people, I should not be expecting loyalty to be residing in that energy.
Oh my gosh. You know, that's so funny. When he's speaking about this, it made me think about a story, right? So one time when I lived in Baltimore, I was living off of Caton Avenue, right? And I had gone to Virginia to go and visit some family, right? And so we had left for the weekend. And mind you, Caton Avenue was not the best place. It was a lot of prostitution, it was a lot of drugs and different things on where I lived at, right? And so it was this lady, and she was a drug addict, and I wanted to help her. She had a good spirit, but she just wasn't ready to be helped, right? So I remember going to Virginia, and I had some clothes in my dryer, right? So when I got home, I came home and I walked in the house and I was like, something seems different. Well, it was a black trash bag on my floor. Apparently the lady had, her and her friend, they had came in my back window and they had stolen my dryer, but they took the clothes out of the dryer and put them in a trash bag.
That's crazy.
Right? So I guess she thought she was being loyal, but it's like, where's the loyalty? You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I don't know why that made me think about that, but yeah, they took the clothes out and put them in a trash bag. And it made me think like, well, where's the true loyalty? But when people are in low vibrations, can they really be loyal? They're not even loyal to themselves, right? So I thought that was a good example, because I was like, you know, uh, why would they even put the bag of clothes? Why would they put the clothes in the bag? And they thought they were doing a good job. You know, they thought that they were doing a good job and not really being loyal.
And also be careful when you're in these places with a whole bunch of low vibrational energy and people that's supposed to be loyal, because when you allow yourself to be disillusioned like that and calamity falls, like um, sometimes overdoses occur, sometimes people have bad, but this is when you find yourself laid on the floor by yourself, nobody there to help you. Why? Because you was in a low vibrational energy around a bunch of low vibrational people, expecting them to be loyal. And then when it was required for loyalty to show up, loyalty was nowhere there in the building, right? So observe loyalty. And if you find it, hold on to it. Spirit says if you find loyalty, it's always going to be in the energy of high vibration. Loyalty is never going to be, I don't care how many thieves run together, right? It may be honor amongst thieves, but there is no loyalty. Remember that. You may find a little bit of honor amongst thieves, but there's never no loyalty amongst thieves. All right? Everybody's out for self. And then you got the metamorphosis card. So this speaks of change. I'm going to read the footnote. Pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. You are about to enter a phase of expansion and growth which will be highly beneficial for your future. So that's why Spirit is telling you to observe loyalty, because you headed for a metamorphosis. And you can't take disloyal things with you. It might cause you to lose out. Yeah, you might lose out. You might lose out. If you don't disconnect from them disloyal energies, you might lose out. Why? Because God said you can't move out with them. You can't move out with the disloyal energies. Metamorphosis called, you being called to observe loyalty. Okay, so please pay attention to that. Somebody this day, it's not about what we able to do, right? I heard somebody say that their discernment is powerful. That's great. I'm so glad for you. But I also want to encourage you that this, not by pipe, not by might, not by power or by might, but by the spirit is how you move things around. So when you using your discernment, observe through the lens of your spirit. That's how your discernment is strong. I believe somebody's doing that. Somebody said the devil can't lie to them because their discernment is strong.
Hello.
That's somebody that's tapping in with spirit. Because we don't have the ability to discern that type of energy, but spirit do.
That's real.
Observe loyalty.
Okay. I like that energy. As long as you, because some people, we hear. I love the word discernment. A lot of people just learn that word, and I love it. But it's like, as long as you know what the divine is giving you, because some people, I'm gonna just be honest, some people confuse their opinion, their feelings with discernment. So, when you're a person that's tapped in like that, that's a good energy. So kudos to you. Okay. Next, we got the Page of Pentacles, openness, and take great care. Okay. So I don't know. I feel like someone's very down to earth here. Okay. I feel like you could be a person that is, you are ready to just take in knowledge, and you could be a person that's very knowledgeable, but you're still willing to take in knowledge from others. And you're winning because of this. Okay. Something about you taking things, serious. Like I feel like you're planning for your future. You could be feeling like very childlike energy. Okay, you could be feeling like you could be having surges of energy. You could be feeling yourself feeling very energetic. You could be feeling like you have a new wind, something like that. And then we have openness. Okay, and it says be open to receiving divine guidance in relationships. I love this. I feel like there's God is sending us people that can help us learn, grow. you know um I feel like these relationships are very important. That's why I keep speaking about them. And I feel like a lot of people are taking responsibility for self. I'm seeing someone, and you're doing self-care, right? Which is why your mental is okay, because at one time you weren't doing any kind of self-care. So how could you have a stable mind if you're not taking care of it, right? But I feel like you are now. And I know this to be true because it says take great care. Okay. Excuse me. Nurture yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. So I don't know, you got a lot to do here. Okay, and it's good energy because you're open to learning, you're willing to learn. I'm seeing someone with their notebook. I'm seeing someone just full of light. I'm seeing someone that is just so full of energy. There's someone that's I'm seeing eager. You could be a Virgo in the energy. Okay, but I'm seeing someone that's very eager to learn. I'm seeing someone that's very eager to obtain information. I'm seeing someone that's willing to share. I'm seeing someone that's not afraid to step out there and take healthy risk. I'm seeing someone that is ambitious. I'm seeing someone with goals, and I'm seeing someone that's putting themselves as a priority, right? Because I feel like you could have been putting yourself on the back burner for a very long time, but now you are a priority in your own life, and I love this. Take great care of yourself. You're doing a good job out here. Okay, be open to change, be open to help. A lot of you guys, You need to be open to receiving because you have been giving for so long, you don't know how to receive. And if your arms are closed, how can you receive? So, Spirit is saying, open up your arms and be welcome to receive because it is receiving season. You could have been a person that gave away everything that you had, and now it's time for you to receive.
Okay. So you got skills and talents out here to the resolution and new experiences. Skills and talents to the resolution is showing me that you have something that God has given you, God given abilities, and with them, you have the ability to bring resolution, right? That's problem solving. That's the ability to fix things. Resolution is kind of like being able to look at something and say, I can bring order to this dysfunction. I can bring order to this with my skills and my talent. Somebody, you could be a minister. You could actually be a reader, right? Be some type of prophet, prophetess, evangelist, minister, right? But you have a skill and a talent that brings a resolution. That's powerful energy, right? And I will hope that somebody, you're not misusing this, because I would pray that you would be using your skills and talents to bring a positive resolution, right? Not something that's negative. And then you have new experiences. So I believe that doors are opening up for you, even if it's you opening up to yourself and new aspects of self, right? It's creating new experiences. Somebody, you have skills and talents. I mean, I'm just be perfectly honest with you. And they God-given abilities.
I see somebody drawing a picture or painting or something. You could be an artist.
Now, what you choose to do with your skills and talents, right? That's going to determine your outcome overall. Because powerful people to whom much is given, there's much that's going to be required. So, like I said, with these skills and talents, the resolutions that you bring, make them solid. Don't be a person that uses your skills and talents to bring a whole bunch of temporary resolutions, things that you top and then patch up, and then as you go on, they begin to unfold and come unraveled. I don't think that God meant for you to squander your gifts and talents, right? I believe that you should be making solid resolutions, things that's going to last. I heard somebody say healing. That's good. Use your gifts and talents to heal yourself. Healing yourself and is going to enable you to heal others, right? New experiences. So I feel like somebody, you on course. Definitely a divine seed. Could be a fire sign. I'm picking up on a fire sign. A lot of fiery energy out here on the board.
I got Aries over here.
Okay, so it could be an Aries in the energy. But nevertheless, take your skills and talents, allow them to bring positive resolutions, right? It's bringing you new experiences. And with these new experiences, guess what they always entail? New people. And I tell you, I welcome new people into my life right now. Can't wait to meet them. Who are they? Where they at?
Okay, we ready for
What's
'em.
up? What's your name? Let's get to know one another. Kind of energy, right? And this could be you. So prepare yourself. Don't continue to stay trapped off, and don't let getting high be a resolution for you. Somebody, please hear me, right? I understand we all got vices and we all got, but if that's what you lean into and that's what you feel empowers you, that's low vibration. At best, you ain't gonna get much out of it. Get help. Get help. Let that be your resolution. If you're a person and you know you struggle with addiction, your resolution should be help. Not continuing on each day, fighting down with the addiction and pretending in your world that God is moving with you. God can't move with that. The energy of God can't agree with you in an intoxicated mind state where you killing yourself all day. That's not God. That's the demonic. So because somebody connected to our energy, I feel your energy. I feel like your resolution needs to be to get help. No lie. Not everybody. Not even a lot of y'all. Because a lot of y'all, this is not even really resonating with. but it's a small few in the corner, right, that I'm talking to. Let your resolution be to get help. Reach out for help. Don't stay in a position where you need help and you're not getting it. And after you get help, prepare for new experiences. And for those of y'all who don't need help and you got your thing going and you got your skills and talents and you bring in positive and solid resolution in your life, get ready and enjoy your new experience as well.
Hey.
New friends on the horizon, new fun times to be had on the horizon.
Okay. And I know this to be true because we're going to close this message out. But before we go, we have the King of Wands, which means that it's time to take action. You know, the King of Wands, he has one foot off the throne and he's ready to go. He is the most likely king to take action, right? So this is you. Spirit is saying that right now is the time to take action. All of the things that you've been putting on the back burner, all of the things you've been thinking you can't do, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources, try them. You know, the only way not to be successful at something is not to try it. So today, I challenge you to try something different. Then we have love. Love conquers everything, okay? So Spirit is really wanting you to remember love here, okay? Love covers a multitude of sins, right? Even when we love ourselves properly, we're able to love other people properly, right? So love, just give a lot of love. Be in the energy of receiving a lot of love. Be open to receiving love. Like, you know, I'm one of those women. I compliment. I love complimenting people. It makes me feel good to see someone smile, right? So everywhere we go, both of us really, you know, he'd be like, "Hey, mama, you look pretty." And, you know, hey, and I'm like, "Sir, that's a nice outfit," or "Ma'am, you look good. You got a nice body," or whatever. You know, that's the kind of people him and I are, right? And you know, maybe you could be a person that you can't even receive compliments. Like, you know, be open to receiving love. You know, there's people that want to love you. There's people that want to compliment you. There's people that want to embrace you. Some of you guys, like, you're like this. Like open up, okay? Because you're
And be with somebody that's gonna allow you to open up.
that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because if you can't be with a person that, you know, you should be able to compliment people and they should too, right? You got to be secure. Okay, we ain't gonna get into that one though. But your wish is granted, okay? So someone needs to know your wish is literally granted here, okay? And it says the outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it is what you need. And this is the second time this card has come out at the end of the reading. So there's a person, and you need to know that your wish has been granted. It may not look how you thought it should look. Nevertheless, things have been granted. Your wish has been granted. Things are changing. Remember, I told you in the background, there are some things going on that you can't see, but God is taking care of us, okay? So it's like, hey, we gotta get it together. Hey, get it together. That was a good message, y'all, okay? So, hey, that was the message. Hey, accept or reject it.
That's right. I'll be back on these networks at
but keep your spirit protected.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? I don't know what y'all gonna be doing, but if you can tap back in, I'm gonna start manifesting at that time, right? And I'm gonna have some powerful downloads and messages wrote down for the collective. This is gonna be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Tap in, y'all. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you are here with us on YouTube, we ask that you hit the thumb notification so that you are aware, the bell notification so that you are aware when we go live. Thank you for joining our channel. Thank you for your energy, your space, and your time. We love you guys. If you are here on TikTok, we hope that you guys enjoyed the message. We would ask that you follow the page if you enjoyed so you can get more messages like this. We do encourage you to subscribe, okay? So if you miss a message, you're able to come back and get that. If you would like to contribute to our channel and help our channel grow, all of your spiritual donations are appreciated. Our information is on our page. Okay, it helps our channel grow so that we can produce more content like this for you guys. We hope that you guys, if you can't make it back at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we hope that you guys have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant day. We hope that the message, reminded you who you are and, that you're on a mission. We love you guys so, so much. We're elemental beings. We catch you next time. Hey, my intuition was given by Source. I know a lot of people watching, of course. Hey, sitting back, manifesting my reality. Supernatural powers, nothing can get past me. A high priestess sitting on a throne. She talked to spirit, she could never walk alone. Heavily protected, walk with the unknown. Hey, I'm twisting up my dreads, doing business on my phone. Hey, my ancestors are beautifully ratchet. The spell work are cooking up, they gonna catch it. They gonna catch it. My intuition was given by Source. I know a lot of people watching, of course. Hey, we love you guys.